How's it going, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to fix the issue of your HP Deskjet not printing any black ink. Now this happens a lot, especially if you haven't used this printer in a long time and maybe you're just taking it out, dusting it off, and you need to print one page. I'm going to show you how to approach this problem. There's a few different troubleshooting steps that we can do, so let's get straight into it. Now, the most common issue that people have when these printers can't print in black is that the ink cartridge has dried up. Now we can undry it and unclog it quite easily, so I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to access the front of our printer. Now, by the way, to do that you might need to take out this front panel, which clicks out like so, and inside we have another panel which will open like so. By the way, this applies to all Deskjets, not just the one I'm using. They're all pretty much the same inside and out. They just have different names based on where in the world they were sold. So here's our black ink cartridge. We're going to remove it so we can hopefully clean it up a little bit. And to remove it, all you have to do is get your fingers on these kind of notches up and just carefully pull towards you until it clicks out like so. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually go and get a damp piece of kitchen tissue or kitchen cloth, and we're going to try and use that to unclog this ink cartridge. Okay, so I have this cloth which is actually a bit wet, and I have my ink cartridge here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to try and dab it on there a bit, and really as much as we can. Now if you should basically see these black lines. That is actually a good sign. It means there is ink coming out. Now this, if you don't know, is the print head itself. So this is where the ink comes out of your ink cartridge for printing. And we're just going to dab it as much as we can. Okay, and try and unclog anything in there. You can even actually let it sit in about this much water, so you can see just enough water to cover this, and that will soak inside and hopefully clear out any jams too. So once I've done this, this seems to have some ink inside, so that should be okay. We're going to dry this off on a dry piece of cloth. I'm just going to use the other side of this, and then we are going to install this ink cartridge. Now to do that, obviously we need to open up the front, and we need to put it in facing this way. Now before I put it in, I do just want to say it is worth noting that maybe if you're not printing, it is worth checking to make sure that your ink cartridge actually matches the number on your printer. When you open up the area where you install ink, it should always say the ink cartridge number that this printer needs. So anyway, I'm going to install this back inside. We're going to click it in place, and that's that, and we're going to close this. And hopefully that should get the ink to work. Now you can run a test page right now, but the next thing you can do, if that still doesn't work, is you can actually head over to the HP app on your phone over here, like so. Now if you don't have this app set up, check the check the link in the description, because I have a full guide showing you how to set up this app. It's really important you watch that, because I believe HP have made it harder to set up this app for older printers, but don't worry, I figured it out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, and we're going to go to print quality tools. And you can see we have these options here. We have a print quality report, we have align print heads and clean print heads. Okay, what we want to do is we want to clean print heads, but if you want, you can view all the print quality tools too. And so what we are going to do is we are going to click clean print heads, and this can take a few minutes, but it's definitely a really useful thing to do, as the printer basically cleans itself, which I think is quite cool. Now make sure you have your ink installed, of course, and also some paper installed too. So I'll get back when that is done. It might make some scary noises, but don't worry, that is normal. So what it's going to do is it's actually going to then print a diagnostics page, which just fell on the floor. Now, if your diagnostics page prints and it is still completely blank, or it has some smeared lines on it, then what you're going to want to do is press level 2 cleaning. Okay, this might take a few minutes, so I'll come back when that is done. Okay, and there we have it. It has just done my second diagnostics report. Now those came out quite clean, and it is printing black again. And so I can just press done. Now guys, something I will say is that unfortunately, a lot of you watching this video who are having the issue of printing black, these fixes probably didn't solve that. And unfortunately, my only answer to that is that for a lot of you, your cartridges might just be too old and too dry in order to print. And that's just how it is. And so you will have to get new cartridges in order to try and print with this printer. I know it's a shame, and I know it's probably very inconvenient if you need to print something very quickly. Luckily, there are loads of places you can go to print things, even places like post offices in the UK or even printer shops. So yeah, if you tried all of these steps and you are still just printing blank pages, or black isn't working, then unfortunately you might have to go and buy some new ink cartridges for this printer. If you do intend to buy some new ink cartridges for this printer, I would recommend using the link in the description. It's cheaper than everywhere else, and it's also much better. I make these videos about every printer, so I try to find you guys the best suppliers. It also helps me out when you purchase using them as well. Anyway guys, I hope this video helped. I'm sorry if it didn't help you guys, and have a fantastic day. If it did help, please consider liking and subscribing, as those really help us out. Have a fantastic day and goodbye.